Hello, gamers! My name is Gamer McGamerson, and, the music is too loud, god damn it. Anyway, I play video games, because, I have not had sex yet. And because I have not had sex yet, it means I also watch a shitload of anime. I watched less anime this season, and still somehow... And Plasma did too, and he still somehow watched more anime than me, even though this was his fucking exam season.
Yeah, I had exams and I wanted to take a break from seasonals, but look where it got me.
Congratulations, Plasma. I don't think there's anything to congratulate about watching 15 Isekai, but...
Yeah, true. To be honest, it's a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's the funny joke.
Exactly, but we'll never get something like cheat skills. So.
Oh, exactly. Ah, shit! I gotta.
You could have put on the file.
I gotta get the file of cheat skill. All right. Where is it?
Take anything. The second one is crazy. What the fuck is the second one?
Oh shit! Oh, hopefully my horse cock didn't show up in my files. I would absolutely not want my viewers to see all the horse cock that I have in my files.
We automatically put it in S2.
This running gig never stopped being the funniest fucking shit to me.
Yeah. It's not even cheat skill, that's the thing.
That's what makes it fucking funny. Alright. Well, okay, so I'll have you go first. That's what we typically do.
Okay. I'm gonna... The last one on my plasma sword bit. Yeah, put that in detail. This shit was so bad that it's been half a month since it finished, and I forgot I had watched it. I genuinely forgot that I watched it. I was looking at my Crunchyroll, I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? I don't know anything that happened, so I can't really tell you anything on that. I have no clue what happened. I don't even know the name or the plot of the show. I'm not gonna bother trying to remember. It was like a 3 out of 10, absolute dog. So yeah. That's all I got to say on that one.
I mean, just looking at the poster, it looks like the most fucking middling shit ever. You could have watched fucking Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2 and you chose to watch this shit instead.
Hey! I need to watch Part 1 as well.
Yeah, you haven't seen Part 1 as well. And you haven't even gotten the fucking Konosuba Season 2, and Season 3 aired this fucking season. You could be watching good anime, not this shit. Anyway, speaking of me, I'll talk about, some... What do I talk about first? Last season, I pissed off a lot of people when I put Free Red on A tier, so the best tier. And, like, my takes this season are really fucking hot, too. So, I'm terrified. I'm absolutely fucking terrified to speak any opinions today, because all of my opinions are fucking hot takes. Because, like,
we got this.
The matter of fact is, I think I'm liking anime less in general.
Fair enough. I am too.
I have dropped 3 anime this season.
I dropped 1.
Yeah, that's like half of what I saw this season that I just dropped.
Yeah.
I dropped 2 at the same time. I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna do the hottest take first. Spice and Wolf is fucking boring. I watched like 4 episodes, and I'm like, what's this fucking boring economic shit? I'm here for the fucking wolf waifu. I'm here for the fucking romance shit. I don't care about this boring economic shit. Everyone was hyping up this shit too. They were talking about how it's gonna be like the fucking greatest fucking shit ever. So happy to see one of the greatest romances return. And it's like, no, it's fucking boring. It's just fucking boring. I have nothing to say about the series other than the fact that it's boring.
Fair enough, yeah.
Anyway, time for you. If I elaborate anymore, the fucking viewers are gonna come to my house, find a gun, and fucking shoot me.
I'll go with the second to last one there. This is the one show that I dropped. I'll put it in detail as well, I guess. I mean, it was so boring. Like, the thing is, yeah, I love romance anime. But like, this was meant to be like an isekai romance, but it was boring. Like there wasn't really romance. It was just the big characters happened to be like married or some shit. I don't know. It was really boring. There were like a couple characters, and like it was kind of just the same old. And honestly, I think I'm done with like the isekai shit. So I just dropped it because it was the one thing that like it was so that nothing was happening. I didn't have any. I never actually like had any particular like for the show. There wasn't any episode that was like, oh, this is cool. It was just like, I guess. And when it came round to catching up on stuff, I was like, I just can't be fucking bothered.
Yeah.
The main characters are boring. Some stuff happens, but it's all like the same old shit. And yeah, it was kind of dead. It was the one isekai romance that wasn't a harem. But that's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. It just happens to not be a harem, and it doesn't really change anything. It's still really boring.
Yeah, because like...
So I'm just going to leave it there.
The idea of an isekai romance is a genuinely cool idea. And it
is. Honestly, I want there to be a good isekai romance. But I think
there is
when you mix it in with all the battle shit and stuff like that, I think they did a really bad job with it.
Mm-hmm. I watched a very similar show this season, what I'll be getting to later.
Because for me, when I think about like isekai romance, I genuinely think of Sword Art Online. Because I'm not gonna lie, season 1 it wasn't good, it was decent romance. I think it was the best isekai romance I've seen. Because it was actually okay. It felt like an actual like romance anime kind of at times, and it was alright. But at the same time, so I think I compared the two, and this one was so boring. There was nothing going on.
The fact that fucking Sword Art Online.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that Sword Art Online does something better than another anime is crazy to me. But that's how far down the isekai rabbit hole I've gone.
Yeah, because I haven't gone that far down the isekai rabbit hole. I've only seen the good isekais.
Sword Art Online is shit, don't get me wrong. But it's better than this. I'm not gonna lie, it's better than this.
I think it's funny too, because like, we both cited boring as our reasons for the last two anime, so I should probably explain why I put Spice and Wolf a tier above this. Because there are things to like. Hollow is a pretty charming character. I do like her as a character. And it has very pretty visuals. Those are like the two things I really liked about it.
Nice.
I think I just pissed off the fan base even more after that.
If you put the tier list on the thumbnail, then
they're not even gonna watch the fucking video. They're just gonna fucking throw their pitchforks at me.
Like half of the viewers are gonna have clicked off by now.
Yeah.
This guy don't know what he's talking about.
Because everyone just sees one of my hot takes and goes, "Wow, this guy has no fucking clue what he's talking about." I was like, "Nah, man, I have fucking 90 days on my Mal page. I know what I'm talking about. I know anime." Those were 90 days I could have spent getting a girlfriend, and instead they're spent on people harassing me on the comment section.
I could have spent these last 2 years doing things. Instead, I spent the last 2 years and I spent 77 days watching anime. Yay!
You're gonna fucking catch up to me very soon.
I don't forget, I'm reading manga all the time as well. Probably more than I'm watching anime. I'm still catching up.
Yeah, because I've been watching less anime lately. Man, that's what happens the more anime you see.
Yep.
It is an unfortunate fate too, because there's so much fucking shit that I want to see, and I've kind of acknowledged at this point. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get to it.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many great series, so many popular series that I just haven't seen yet. And I'm like, yeah, it probably is really good. I probably would really like it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna see it.
Tell me about. I've got 88 on my plan to watch. I want to watch all of them, but it's like
I have like over 100 on my plan to watch.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just bite more bullets. I don't like Eurocamp.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh, this was another one of my drop series. Yeah, I love the CGDCT genre. It's one of my favorite genres.
Yeah.
And I think However, there's almost no good CGDCTs. Most of them are fucking boring. Okay, what are the good CGDCTs? K-On!, Lucky Star, Bochi the Rock, nothing else.
It's kind of like one of those things where on paper the genre is really good.
No, on paper the genre is really bad, and that's the reason why most of them are really boring.
I mean, like, when I think about it, like, cute girls doing cute things. That sounds like it could be entertaining. But then a lot of them are just kind of...
Yeah, because most of the series go, oh, these girls are cute. We don't have to actually do anything interesting with them. And, like, I actually really like Eurocamp Season 1, because they actually did something interesting with the characters. The conflict between Nadeshiko and Rin was, genuinely really compelling. How Rin, just wanted to stay an introvert that, goes solo camping, while Nadeshiko is a natural extrovert that wants to go camping with all of her friends. And seeing them slowly accept each other's lifestyles, but not necessarily change their lifestyles, it's genuinely really maturely done, and it makes Season 1 of Eurocamp a pretty good watch. I liked Season 1 of Eurocamp a lot. However, when those character arcs finish, they have fuck all else to do, and the series becomes boring after that. Season 2 is okay. I was starting to get lost by the end of it, though, and by Season 3, I'm just like, no, this shit's too far away from what I enjoyed Eurocamp for.
Yeah.
You either die a hero, or you can live long enough to see yourself become fucking boring. I'm really fucking passionate about this subject, because K-On! And Bochi the Rock specifically are two of my favorite series ever. Because they know that, oh, in a genre where the plot takes like the complete backside, that we had to make sure that we have really good characters that interact with each other really well. Another good example would be something like Lucky Star, where the characters themselves are pretty boring. However, their interactions with each other are what makes the series interesting, because the characters are really funny when paired with each other, because they're just constantly shit-talking each other. In Eurocamp, even though the characters on paper are pretty interesting, like my favorite character is Aki, because she is a complete failure. I love her so much. And yet she doesn't really have any interesting interactions with the other characters. It's just character perform their trait, then the other character perform their trait. And there's no sort of fun back and forth with that. It's just kind of the characters being the characters, without any other conflicts that make for an interesting story or a funny comedy, like a good CGDCD would do. So yeah, that's another one of my hot takes, and the Pitchfork people are gonna keep on fucking getting to my house. Unlike Spice and Wolf, though, where all I could say was boring, Eurocamp is one that I care a lot more about, because, I liked the series, but I'm not a fan of it anymore. Anyway, it's your turn.
I'll just go with... You know what? I'll go with Demon Slayer.
Alright.
I'm gonna put this in B tier.
Unusual Demon Slayer W?
Here's
what?
the thing, yeah. Most of the series was a regular Demon Slayer. Most people didn't like this series, this season, because it was like a trading arc.
Yeah.
To me, it wasn't too much better or worse than the regular seasons, to be honest. But and normally I would have put this in either probably C tier. But the last episode 8, was one of, if not the best Demon Slayer episodes I've ever seen so far. It was actually incredible. The animation was amazing. I was actually on the edge of my seat throughout the entire episode. It was about I think it was just over half an hour long, so they made it longer than usual. But it was, honestly, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, okay, I was gonna watch. I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch this last episode and then I'll be done with it. But I didn't actually expect to get an incredible episode. And honestly, if the episodes were as good as that last one throughout the entire season, it would be an A tier. It would genuinely be an A tier. It was really fucking good. For Demon Slayer, which is normally not my favorite show.
I mean,
So, honestly-
we've already raised the pitchfork. We can call Demon Slayer bad.
Yeah, Demon Slayer isn't. The story is shit. So when I was watching that last episode, I wasn't in for a good story. The story still wasn't amazing, but it got me interested. I was interested. I was on the edge of my seat, waiting to see what would happen next, and it really set up the next. I think a movie's coming out next. I think that movie's actually gonna be pretty good, because that last episode, like, the animation throughout the entire thing was fucking beautiful, and the fight scene was amazing. Like, honestly, I couldn't fault that last episode, honestly.
Yeah, because like when I haven't seen it because I dropped it with the last season. I'm like, I can't be fucking bothered anymore
Fair enough.
because I don't like Demon Slayer. I think it's bad.
Yeah.
And like when I saw 8-episode training arc, I'm like, what the fuck do they even have to train? The battle mechanics don't exist in the series.
Yeah, I mean, that honestly, the training thing in general was kind of bad because, funnily enough, Tanjiro didn't actually really need any of the training. It was mainly for like the fucking like NPCs that no one gives a shit about. They were the ones who he actually started training properly for like 1 or 2 episodes, maybe 2 episodes.
That is so gaming.
So like episode 6 and 7 were actually training. The first 5 episodes were him kind of just showing off that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And like normally it would be decent as like an introduction to all the Hashira. But the problem is we've already seen all of them except for one of them. Except for 3 of them. One of them we actually saw. The massive stone guy.
Yeah.
The other 2 we didn't really see. Like we kind of saw them, kind of, but not as much as we had before. So yeah, the first 7 episodes were regular Demon Slayer, just like maybe like a little bit worse than regular Demon Slayer. But that last episode like made it B tier for me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I can't put it higher than B tier. If I were to rank that last episode on its own, I'd put it in A tier. But I can't put Demon Slayer higher than B tier, like a low B tier, because the first 7 episodes were absolute shit.
I mean, I could keep shit talking Demon Slayer, but I haven't actually seen the season yet, so
Yeah.
nor will I ever. So I should probably just leave my Demon Slayer shit talking to rest.
Yeah.
I want to say I don't care, but no, I really do fucking care. I do not like Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's my turn. Well, I mean, I'll talk about the good shit at the end. Blue Archive was the last series I dropped. Also, it's in fucking D tier. Like, these 2 series, they were boring, but they have like things that I care about. Blue Archive is just boring. I was fucking snoring the entire time. It sucks too, because the animation's pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised by it. And like, I love the character designs. Blue Archive has a lot of really good character designs. So it's because of that I actually knew about most of these characters before I saw the series. I haven't played the game, so I came into the series wanting to help it turn me into a Blue Archive fan, because I'm interested. I want to see if like it would be worth me picking up the game. Because normally I don't pick up gacha games because I actually like having my.
Is it worth emptying your wallet?
No.
It's not. You don't ask whether it's worth playing. You ask whether it's worth emptying your wallet. Because if you do play, you will empty your wallet.
Exactly. Which is why I have resisted the urge to play and figured, hey, I'll just watch the anime. Surely the anime will be a good substitute. But it's so hard to be able to fit all the ideas that are in the game, because the game has so many fucking characters. And the anime tries to give all of them a little bit of showcase, but it doesn't really do a good job at that, because they only have 12 episodes. Which means that
I think it's one of those things where no character can get developed before they need to move on to another character, because if they don't include all the characters, they'll get fucking guns, people with guns outside their like headquarters or whatever.
I think just keep the focus small. Focus on the characters that on your main cast, and then you can leave the rest of them to like season 2. It's like 4 episodes in, they introduce like a new group of 4 girls, and I'm like, already? This is like episode 5.
Yeah.
And like, on concept, it's actually a really fun idea for a group. The leader is just this absolute girl failure. And then another one of the characters teases her all the time. Then another one who like really looks up to the leader despite how much of a failure she is. And the other one's just like, I don't give a shit. It's a fucking funny idea for a group of characters. And they're probably really charming in the game. And yet, I don't give a shit in the anime because they don't really give them time to develop. They just kind of exist for the sake of moving a plot that it cannot be told in 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And Blue Archive was not only boring, I think it was just straight up kind of bad. Again, unfortunate, because I really wanted to like this one. Again, I really wanted to like the ones that I put in C tier, too. This has been a season of, like, immense disappointment for me.
Yeah.
I don't go into anime going, oh, I want to find a new anime to hate. Obviously not. This is a fucking hobby for me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess I have nothing else to say, so you can move on.
I don't know. I'll just go with the last one. This one is like bottom of C tier. The first couple episodes were like good for isekai. It was an interesting concept. Like it was kind of like a Sword Art Online situation, except it's off the sword. Like they beat the game. Everyone gets like transported home except for the like main character, and like he's like 500 years into the future or something. I don't something like that, like 50 or 500, whatever. Yeah, the concept was interesting, but then after 4 episodes, it becomes just boring. I mean, there was not really any story. The thing is, we see him like group back with his like mentor or something. I think it was their mentor. But then afterwards, it's like kind of like, now what? And then they try and do things for the remaining like 8 episodes, like 8 to 10 episodes, but there was nothing really interesting. There was no real reason. There's no plot to the anime. There's nothing going on interesting, or like his goal is to like go home.
Yeah.
But like we don't really see direct steps that will help him get home. He kind of just like does things, and maybe I've got it wrong, but in my opinion, it didn't seem like anything like noteworthy was going on to move the plot forward. And at the end, he's no closer to making it back to his home than he was at the start of the series. So you kind of end up just thinking, well, now what? Like, yeah, he's nowhere closer. We're back where we started, except he met some people and killed some things. Yeah, and that's it.
I mean, it was another isekai. I was not expecting it to be anywhere above C tier.
Yeah, I don't think any standard isekai will go above C tier. It's like if it's bad for an isekai, D tier. If it's good, if it's like okay or good for a isekai, C tier.
And then there are very few that can get into like the B to S range, except Sheet Skill.
Yeah,
the greatest anime ever made. This isn't even fucking Sheet Skill.
Sheet Skill transcends tier lists.
Oh, that's obviously. I guess it's my turn then. Okay, I'll finally be able to finish my negativity after this. Holy shit, I didn't like more than half of the anime I saw this season. Jesus Christ. I didn't drop this one, but I was about to. But I was so far in that I was like, fuck it, I'll finish it. I have an addiction to shoujo romances. A Condition Called Love is okay. It's alright. I heard the manga is much better, but the anime looks like it was animated by fucking Google Slide presentations. It looks like shit. The only compliment I can give it from a production standpoint is that the main character, Hotaru, is voiced by Kana Hanazawa, which, like, obviously means that she has Kana Hanazawa is one of my fucking favorite VAs. Her voice is so fucking sweet and wholesome to listen to. I remember too. I was watching the first episode and I was like, this voice sounds awfully familiar. I wonder who it is. And I saw it was Kana Hanazawa and I go, holy shit, this is the best part of the series, hands down.
Yeah.
That's always how it is when a GOAT VA voices though. The series could be like genuinely good and I could still say that the VA is the best part of the series.
Mm-hmm.
But aside of me nerding out about that though, the story itself is fine. Main character Hotaru doesn't know how to love. Then the male MC Hananoi is like really cleany. He's like, yo, be my bitch. And then she's like,
he forward with it.
he probably wasn't even as direct as that because he's weirdly shy. Basically, his personality is kind of like a Discord moderator, except he's hot, so it's okay for him to be a Discord moderator.
You can be a Discord moderator as long as I'd smash you.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
like, to be fair, he's hot, coming from a straight guy, so I don't actually know if a woman would find him hot.
Of course. You know everything about
exactly.
women.
Just like how the main character of Sheet Skill is a 10 out of 10!
Just like every weeb gamer, you know what women like.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly like what women like. Granted, Hananoi doesn't, because every single time that he's dated someone, it ends up in a breakup. Dude is pretty socially isolated. However, he does get a lot of female attention because he's hot. And Hotaru's like, I don't care if you're hot, but I may as well try this relationship thing because you seem really interested in that. So the fundamental mystery is, now why does Hananoi like Hotaru so much, and can Hotaru break her unwillingness to love through her relationship with Hananoi? Both of those questions are very obvious, because like, duh, Hotaru falls in love with Hananoi. It takes a while, but it happens. It's a decent relationship. However, I definitely feel like Hananoi's like just kind of Discord mod tendencies could sometimes be kind of and like the explanations for why this happened go back all the way to like some traumatic shit that happened to them in elementary school. And it's
classic.
like, I kind of wish I knew about that stuff earlier, because if I did, then I would feel a lot more sympathetic toward Hananoi.
Yeah.
But because that didn't happen, whenever Hananoi does something clingy or possessive, I'm just like, dude, get off Discord.
Yeah,
I'm on a Discord call right now.
They present a character as like kind of weird or like a dick, and then they wait about 16 years to explain why they were like that. It's like, I've been hating you for like 7 years. Why do you have to make me feel bad now?
It's not even like I dislike Hananoi. I think he's a fine character. I think the worst part, though, is that I just don't really care either way about him.
Yeah.
He's kind of a boring character to me. Because they're like... And because most shoujo romances definitely feel... I mean, they're appealing to the female fantasy. I mean, that's exactly what a shoujo romance is.
Yeah.
Typically, I'm fine with that, because I think... Typically, I'm fine with that because, like, the female character can be really cute as well, and the male character can be like a cool chad for you to look up to, be like, yeah, that's a man I want to be like. I think that's the male appeal to a shoujo romance. I didn't... Seeing Hananoi, I was never like, I want to be like this guy. And, like, Hotaru is decently cute, but she's, like, too normal for me to give a shit about her, and yet, like... Two really attractive guys are into her, and I'm just like, I can't believe this. This isn't believable to me. And the show, like, in the last episode, they make a point of, it takes someone of real strength to do really kind things on a consistent basis. And it's like, no it doesn't. Just don't be a dick.
It doesn't. It's not hard to not be a dick to people. I mean...
And like, I'm complaining about the series a lot, but at the same time, fundamentally, I enjoyed it more than anything else I've seen it in C tier, because by the end of the day, it's a fluffy shoujo romance, and even if the series is mid as fuck, I'll still enjoy it as a result of that.
Exactly.
So like, it's a C tier, but at the very least I got some enjoyment out of it. It was a decent series.
Mhm. So I guess I'll go with the last one again. This one was bottom of C tier. This one was like actually wait no, put it in detail. Put it in detail. Put it in detail. This one was like it was kind of shit. I mean, the protagonist is like a boy, but the thing is they always dress the boy like in like he's like practically naked half the time, and it's really weird because like he's just a kid, and like half the time he's like hiding his power type shit, or like and then he makes friends, and then he learns this, and then he beats someone up at the end. Okay, nothing different, except for the fact that he's like a bit. I mean, he's a child. He's like 5. There's honestly, there's not much to say that's good about it. I mean, it was kind of boring. They brought they brought in an antagonist, but it was like 8 episodes in, I think. So like, I don't really care about the antagonist because he was brought in 8 episodes in. And like, sure, he's got a link to some of the characters he meets throughout the series, but at the end, it's an antagonist that gets beat up 2 episodes after we see him. So there's not really much reason for me to care about him. The only slight appeal to the series had was it was cool seeing the main character like blow shit up because he was like very good at magic and stuff like that. But apart from that, it was really fucking boring.
And if you like seeing shit blow up, you can just watch a Megumin explosion compilation on YouTube.
Well, I could just watch 9/11.
Oh shit! Don't worry, I'll do that soon. You've convinced me.
Commemorate the 4th of July! Yay!
Independence Day is gonna be fun as fuck. That shit's tomorrow. I'll be seeing my family. It'll be good.
You're welcome. We gave you that shit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the sequel's always better, so I'm glad to live in America. I will never resist an opportunity to make fun of the UK.
I would never miss an opportunity to make a 9/11 joke.
Here's the thing though. I'm too young to have lived through 9/11. I was born fucking 4 years after that shit.
Yeah,
so I think that shit's just as funny as you do.
Yeah. 9/11 funny as fuck.
Then I make 9/11 jokes like my coworker who's 10 years older than me, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember that shit." I'm like, "Good for you." Oh wait, that's probably not what I should have said.
Yeah. Wrong choice of words, maybe?
Oh no, it was the correct choice of words. It was definitely a very happy moment for America.
My fault.
Anyway, this got really off topic. The people who had their pitchforks on are like right by my fucking door right now. This has accidentally turned into a live stream, and the people watching it are now so fucking angry at me that they are like,
"This
guy, he's in my wall. His gun's like right there, right next to my head." So I think it's best to move on. So what the fuck was this show's name again? I don't remember. I think An Archdemon's Dilemma: How to Raise Your Elf Bride.
Oh,
Very obviously adapted from a light novel.
Oh no.
It was genuinely pretty good. I liked it.
Oh!
Yeah. I am surprised, but it was good.
I was scrolling through the season. I was like, I wonder why I never watched this. This is isekai.
This is literally right up your fucking alley.
I
mean, the type of girl that Neffy is literally your fucking type. You would have loved this shit.
Damn.
But so the general plot of the series is, alright, so the main character is a sorcerer. Sorcerers are hated because they're generally really bad people, but the main character, Zagon, is a good sorcerer. who everyone misunderstands. So then, then they're, like, going into, like, an auction, and, like, this elf girl is being sold for a lot, and he's like, damn, I wanna fuck that. No, he's actually really wholesome about it. He's just like, wow, this girl is really beautiful, I wanna buy her.
That is a crazy statement. Out of context, yeah, that is a crazy statement.
Oh, someone's gonna clip that shit too. I swear to God, the series is actually good. Fucking let me cook.
It's fine. It's regular isekai stuff. Carry on. We see this in every
It actually
isekai.
isn't an isekai somehow.
What?
It's just standard fantasy.
Damn.
A non-isekai fantasy anime that never happens anymore. Like, it's like free rent and nothing else. I think it's funny though that this literally aired the season after Free Rent ended. It's too fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's also about a white-haired elf girl. Yeah. So then he releases Neffy, and when he gets to know her, he's like, "Wow, this girl has like genuinely been really nice to me. I'm feeling an actual connection with her." And of course, he's too socially awkward to actually admit that, so everything he says sounds really cold and mean. However, with his all of his actions are really kind. So Neffy catches on pretty much immediately that this is a good person. It's so fucking wholesome. And then Zagon feels a special connection with her, because Zagon, before becoming a powerful sorcerer, used to be a peasant living on the streets. So he can relate to her life as a slave, and as a result, he feels the need to treat her well. And like, it's so wholesome. It's so fucking wholesome to see this guy who was in a rough state of life be able to put someone else into a comfortable life that he's been able to learn. It's really sweet. And like, the first few episodes are really wholesome, they're really good. At this point of when I was watching the series, I was actually putting it in A tier. I was really fucking loving it.
Shit.
But then more episodes came out, and it became just kind of more standard romancy. I still liked it a lot, but like, halfway in, the Zagon becomes a Archdemon, which is the most powerful sorcerer, and then pretty much all tension of the series is pretty much immediately killed after that.
Oh.
And like, don't get me wrong, the romance stuff is still there, but like, I didn't watch the series to see OP man be OP. That wasn't the reason why I liked this series. And yet a lot of the later half is more action focused, and it's like, I'm here for the romance. And then like halfway through, they get like some dragon girl that they start raising as their child, and it's just like, they haven't even kissed yet. Why are we already at the child stage?
I've seen a couple of those. I mean, it's funny how we put Demon Slayer and this in the same tier, and I thought the first bit was incredibly boring and the last episode was really good, but you thought the exact opposite, where you really liked the start of it, but then it kind of fell off towards the end.
Yeah. And like, I still really loved it. I really liked it. I'll never see it again. I probably won't even think about it again after the season is over. But like, it was like a genuinely really relaxing way to spend my time after like a shitty day of work, to be able to just watch this shit. Like, I watched this shit before Windbreaker, which I think is a better series, spoiler alert, but
yeah, it's not really
but yeah, I'm trying to, my brain is farting constantly right now. I thought the series was good.
Fair enough.
However, as it got into those later parts, because like, oh yeah, that's what I was on. Because like, the characters haven't even fucking kissed yet. He was gonna confess halfway through, and then he fucking does the socially awkward bit as always. And it's like, these are two characters that can't fucking look each other in the eyes without blushing, and yet they're in the fucking child raising stage, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Damn.
On one hand, it's kind of interesting to see a couple that's still in the starting couple adopt someone. It's a kind of interesting idea, but at the same time, this shit was it was rushed in order for that to happen.
Mm.
Because like they have a really interesting conflict with the dragon girl and then like this dude who kills sorcerers. The plot twist ends up being that he didn't want to kill the sorcerers. He was just socially awkward that everyone just assumed that he was there to kill them. So
What?
yeah, he becomes their butler, by the way.
Nah, sorry, man. I accidentally stabbed that guy over there. I'm just socially awkward. I'm just an introvert.
Yeah.
Free me up. I did nothing wrong.
No, he gets away scot-free. Because, like, he's paid by the government to kill sorcerers. Because
Okay.
sorcerers are hated,
yeah.
remember? They're usually evil
Yeah,
people.
oh shit, yeah, true.
So this guy becomes their butler by the end of the series, and I'm like, this is shit that should have happened in season
Crazy.
2, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They jumped the shark, taking like their interesting ideas that weren't romance related into their into the first season. And it's like, this is the first season. We need to build the romance. That is all it should be focused on. Because like the romance itself is fucking adorable. I love it so much.
Yeah, I think a big problem with like fantasy in general is they try to put way too much into. They do one of two things. One, they put 2 seasons. They put like 2 seasons worth of stuff into 12 episodes, or and there's too much going on, when it should have been split into 2 seasons, where the first thing hasn't finished, but they're already getting into the second thing, or they'll have a plot. It'll be done by 6 episodes, and then the last 6 episodes are just nothingness, which is a big problem. Honestly, I think these like fantasy shows are like, oh, we probably will only get 1 season. We probably won't get a season 2, so we're gonna put everything we can into this 1 season, and it just ends up being bad.
Mm-hmm. And like another one of my criticisms too is that I think Zagon is a pretty well-defined character. I have no issues with him as a character. But Neffy, she's really fucking cute. Don't get me wrong. I'm able to, however, she doesn't have that much of a personality outside of just being. She is sweet, kind, and like serving the protagonist. Which, like, don't get me wrong, those which are like kind of the bare minimum traits for a romantic partner, in my opinion.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and she on her own, she's a really boring character. And on one hand, I'm kind of fine with that, because, again, the series is very obviously appealing to, like, the anime brain rot fantasy, which, I mean, I'll take.
Yeah!
I'm not complaining about that, because I am a brain-rotting anime fan myself, but if in order for the series to be like truly A tier or S tier, I feel like both of them had to be like really compelling as a pair, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like anime that I have that as an exception for, but I can't think of any. I guess maybe Tonikaku Kawaii, but that series is so fucking wholesome that I don't care.
Yeah. That overlaps.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. Just wholesome as fuck. I guess I'll do the last one again. This one is like bottom of C tier, I guess. Actually, above the last one, so like second to last. There you go. This one, the only reason it's above is because, from what I've seen, it does something like kind of new. Maybe there's some that have done it, but for me, it's the first, where the protagonist doesn't actually do any of like the fighting, but he has this like ability thing where he's able to like see like the talent of people. So he ends up like recruiting like a poor guy who's like stole from him, then like an orphan girl, and then like a logger as like his like companions, and the kid's like 5, and like his dad like dies, and then he becomes like the lord of like the kingdom thing. It's a new premise, so that automatically keeps it out of D tier for me, because it wasn't like a horrible like thing. It wasn't a horrible premise, so automatically that puts it in at least C tier. But at the same time, it was kind of boring. It didn't do too much interesting. And one thing that kind of weirded me out is, for some reason, it felt like everyone around him was like aging. They did like a time skip thing, I think, where everyone like it'd been like 5 years. Everyone else looks completely different, but their main character looks the exact same. So it feels like everyone has aged up like 5 years, but he stayed the same age. So it was kind of weird to see afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was like meh, just regular. I don't even know if it might not have been isekai. I don't know. It was fantasy, meh, just regular fantasy, really.
Yeah, regular fantasy and isekai though are like so kind of the same at this point.
They are, honestly, the isekai element doesn't even add anything to the story most of the time, so it barely even matters that it is an isekai, or like there's nothing really different. It just sets the scene at the start.
For sure. And like the two isekai I watched this season are like some of the few exceptions of isekai that like actually have a reason to be isekai.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fucking elf girl one could have easily been an isekai, and it wouldn't have changed a thing.
It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything.
Based on the poster, I thought it was an isekai before I saw it.
Well, yeah, of course, because most fantasy are now isekai.
Yeah.
Like most fantasy that look like that are like isekai, unless it's like a well-known one like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, but that's
It's
a
like
different thing.
What if we had like a fantasy that was like more as an isekai that was more like sci-fi focused? That would be fucking cool, because every isekai is fantasy for some reason.
Yeah. Because I think it's just easy. Like, new world, everyone has powers. It's really easy to set. Instead of it just being set in a
maybe like an isekai
like
where
an
the world is like
reality.
exactly like ours, but the characters have funny looking noses. And the main character becomes an outcast because he doesn't have a funny looking nose. He gets labeled as a retard
crazy.
by everyone around him because his nose is normal.
What are we calling this thing?
We're gonna call it My Life in Another World
Okay.
with a Normal Sized Nose.
I've got an idea. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make him like a dwarf. He's only gonna have. He won't have a torso, and his nose is gonna be fucked up, right? So we're gonna call it Nobody Knows.
Oh man, that's fucking so bad. But people will still watch it, and it'll still be made because you can make a fucking isekai about fucking anything.
Yeah,
I remember as a joke, I think an artist made a poster for a light novel called what was it? In Another World as a Pussy or something. So the dude got reincarnated as a fucking pussy. It's like, what the fuck? I love and hate this genre at the same time. Anyway, when should we talk about Windbreaker?
1 second, I'll be right.
Alright. Damn, I had to do the task of pretending that I'm entertaining
Okay.
now. Alright,
Okay, don't worry. Okay, we can do. We'll do Windbreaker. Yeah, we'll do Windbreaker now
I
because
think it's
the
a good
last
time.
the last two that we have are pretty good. So,
Yeah.
where are you putting this?
I would personally put it A tier, but I think you would put it in S tier, right?
I'm trying to think because I need to because I read the manga as well.
Yeah.
So I need to differentiate the manga and the anime. I'm trying to think. What arcs did we have? We had. Honestly, I put it at like a high A, low S. One of them two.
Yeah,
So we
and
can
since
keep
I have
it
an
in.
A, I guess that cancels out to A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to start first?
Sure, I'll start first. I really liked it. Because like, I'm not a fan of shonen anime. I think that's pretty clear by the fact that I fucking somehow forgot to watch MHA this season.
Yeah.
It's one of the few shonens I actually like, but the
Like is a strong word.
But then yeah, but I do like delinquent stuff. I know everyone makes fun of Tokyo Revengers now, but I think Tokyo Revengers is genuinely pretty good. Not the adaptation, but the manga. And then, like, halfway through, the mangaka just fucking fell off. I mean, that shit's second half is so depressing. But, I mean, okay, Tokyo Revengers before the second half is genuinely pretty good. And Windbreaker is also really good, but for very different reasons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because TR is more of like an underdog story. It's more similar to like Erased, if anything. While while Windbreaker has a lot of really interesting ideas and themes it covers. Because like the main character Sakura, he wants to be the strongest there is. So in order to do that, he wants to be the leader of Bofuri. And then he ends up actually meeting the leader, Uemiya, and he ends up realizing that his perception of what makes someone the top is completely different from what he had initially thought. And the series does a really good job of like showcasing how fighting can be used for not only to protect others, but also to learn more about who your opponent is. And it creates a series that allows for some genuinely pretty interesting and deep themes, while also being a really thrilling and entertaining battle shonen.
For me, I fucking love this show. I mean, I watched episode 1, and I really like how it ended, so I went straight to the manga, and before episode 2 was even out, I had already caught up, and it was fucking amazing. The thing is, I think it's for me. It's quite different to a lot of like battle shonen that I've watched before, and it was a really nice change. I mean, we kind of see Sakura becoming more. I guess he realizes that being a leader isn't about being strong, tough guy and stuff like that. It's about being. It's all about. It's just about being able to make the people like around you happy and like protecting the people around you as well as being strong. Obviously, it comes kind of with it.
Yeah.
And he slowly realizes that he doesn't have to be like on his own for everything, because at the start he just relies on himself and he refuses to really talk with many people. He doesn't want to accept help from anyone else. He wants to do everything on his own. And the thing is, we never actually see anything that really happened to him before. We didn't see anything that happened to him before the events of Windbreaker happened. So we don't really know why he is how he is. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter, because we see him change, and we can see him learn how to be a proper leader, kind of, and how to be a proper friend and learn what friends are, because he doesn't really know what a true friend is. So it's really nice to see how he changes and learns how to do that. And it's also really funny seeing him blush at everything, every second thing.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad they made him a tsundere.
Yeah, they made him a tsundere. I fucking love it, because there's so many funny moments with him being tsundere, with refusing to admit it. And
yeah, every single character too is like, huh, what the fuck? This makes no sense.
Like, the first time he starts blushing, everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this isn't you. What the fuck? Like, you're like this, and at every slight little bit that could be embarrassing, and he'll like help someone, but like with a scowl on his face, and he will still help them with a massive scowl on his face. And
like, deep down,
when they say thank you, he starts blushing and says, "Oh, it's nothing. And yeah, it's really funny to see him slowly show more of his feelings, I guess. And also, side note, that part where he chased after that cat by doing like parkour was incredible.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was fucking cool. And like that's what I like so much about the series, because the main character Sakura is someone who was ostracized for his appearance. Factors that I believe we end up learning that weren't in his control. So he just like naturally has a goofy looking hairstyle and eyes.
Yeah.
And then so and it's because of that he pushes everyone away. And the reason why he wants to get stronger is initially because he just wants to defend himself against the people who ostracized him. And then as soon as he gets into his new school, everyone treats him well, and it's kind of a shock to him. So that's like the first moment where Sakura's mentality sort of shifts more, and he starts to get more confused. And the arc that happens after that, the fight with Shishitorin, is so good because
oh my god, it is amazing.
Because it challenges Sakura's worldview even further. Because Shoji, who leads Shishitorin, is the strongest, and that is the exact motivation that Sakura has, and yet that character is a complete dick, and yet he also feels completely empty.
Yeah.
And it shows Sakura pretty early on that his mentality won't lead him to be happy. And yet someone like Uemiya is so far away from who he would imagine a leader to be that it's going to take him more and more time to actually be able to live up to that standard that Uemiya sets. And
yeah. I mean, I think it's cool to see him begin to accept that he's fine being him. He can be him, and people will like him for it. He will have friends, and he doesn't have to keep everyone at an arm's length. And I love seeing him kind of like learn that kind of as the series goes on and on.
Yeah, I love that too, because like I didn't really realize this until pretty far into finishing the series why I enjoyed it as much as I was, but I think it's because I ended up learning that Windbreaker is a series about how Sakura matures as a person and ends up learning lessons about friendship, and not only that, but just leadership in general, and what the proper way to lead someone is, which I think that's the main like general theme of delinquent anime that I enjoy so much, because they often go into the subject of leadership and what that means for the characters.
I mean, I'll just say, if anyone else liked it as much as we did, I highly recommend reading the manga if you read manga at all, because it doesn't get worse, it gets better. If anything, it's honestly amazing. I didn't say too much on the anime because I feel like if I say too much, I'll end up going into manga stuff. So I think a season 2 has been announced. So
yeah, it's coming out next year. So I'm probably gonna just wait for season 2 because a year's gonna come by in a fucking flash.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Windbreaker, and like even on the surface level, if you don't give a shit about like the themes or the character development, the battle animation's really fucking good.
The battle animation's amazing. It's cool to see the fights. Like the fights are just incredible to watch. It doesn't even need to be like amazing story. They just look amazing.
Yeah. And like I've seen a lot of people on the My Anime List forums write this series off as just good battle animation, and I hope me rambling about how good it is changed someone's mind. Because I do genuinely think this series offers a lot more than just pretty looking fights, which, don't get me wrong, it definitely does offer that. I'm not going to deny that. Windbreaker is just genuinely such a strong series.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's time for me to move on. Mushoku Tensei being peak as always! It's so good! It's so good! Holy shit, this season was so fucking good! And yet I can't say too much about it because I don't want to spoil you.
Yeah, please don't, because I actually want to see it. I'm gonna watch this soon, I hope.
Yeah, so... Alright, so Season 2, Part 1 was the erectile dysfunction arc. We all know about that. I love the fact that I can look at an anime like this, which is such a masterpiece, and casually say that one of the arcs that lasts 12 fucking episodes is about erectile dysfunction, and like, still the series manages to be a masterpiece despite that. I fucking love the series so much. Like, this is easily one of the best isekai that I've ever seen. And like every episode just blows me away with what it's able to do. Like the first 3 episodes of part 2 are pretty unassuming at first, but then they end up building up to like a really heart-warming arc with a side character, Nanahoshi. And it's like, wow, it was really nice to see that get built up to. It's like, and like it's in the meantime, it seems like slow build-up stuff. Ultimately, Nanahoshi doesn't actually do that much in season 2, but I'm sure she'll come back later on in season 3. And I'm not gonna explain like what makes Nanahoshi interesting since you haven't seen season 2 at all yet.
Yeah.
But then as we get on later too, I mean, as you can see by the poster, Norn and Aisha end up coming to Rudy's house.
Yeah.
They're fun characters. It was really nice to get to see them more too, and because like we already knew who Aisha was, so it was really wholesome getting to see her return. Norn we saw a little bit of in season 1, but we ultimately didn't see too much of her. And she has like 2 really strong moments this season. She gets an arc dedicated to her midway through the season, and then at the end of the episode, she has a really strong moment where she reacts to a really emotional moment that just happened to the rest of the characters, which I will not explain. And then the final bit of the season is like where everything that was being built up to at the end of season 1 and gets its climax, and it's done so well, all of it. Even the really controversial episode 11, which I unfortunately can't go into any detail of right now because I don't want to spoil you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Mushoku Tensei, it's peak. It'll always be peak. It is one of my favorite anime ever.
I guess I'll go the last one again. I'm gonna put this I'd say top of B.
Alright.
I really like this show. At the start it was very relaxing. About a bartender in running. I'm assuming he owns the bar. I mean, he works there. He's the only bartender there. And the name of the show is Glass of God, which is meant to be like a drink that a bartender would make, which would like, I think it was heal someone's soul. And it's not fancy or anything. It's just good. It's a really good show. It's very relaxing. I have to say the main character has an amazing voice. I don't know who his voice actor is, but it's very relaxing. And the only criticism I can give the show is that nothing noteworthy happens to the main character himself until like episode 8. Most of like the first 8 episodes are dedicated to some of like his customers, his clients, their stories. We learn more about them, which granted are very good, but I would have liked to know more about our main character before episode 8. But I have to say those last 4-5 episodes were amazing, where we learn that throughout the entire story there's a hotel where someone, the owner of the hotel, really wants to hire the main character because he can make some fucking good cocktails. And his entire thing is, you will order a drink, but he will alter it slightly because he will observe you and see what like mental state are you in, kind of, and what can help with that mental state. So if you're sad, he might change it up a little bit, add something else, remove something else, use an ingredient from a specific place, something like that. And we see him go through a couple arcs where he competes against this one other guy and he loses, because while he does alter these drinks, sometimes he goes a bit too far away from what the drink actually is, and it doesn't end up being that drink. So he gets kind of criticized from that. And then in the latter half, so throughout the entire series, we see him declining working at this hotel. We don't know why, but he keeps saying no. but we find out his reason is that at his old bar, he blames himself for someone else's suicide because someone comes in, orders a drink, and the next day he's dead. And he keeps saying to himself, what if I'd given him another drink? I could have stopped this and stuff. But we see him recover from that at the end, and we see him actually going to that hotel and being a bartender there. And I'm not going to go into too specifics. I've already said a lot. So all I'm going to say is there's some good story, especially towards the latter half. Very relaxing watch. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah. I remember seeing it and going, oh, this looks pretty good. I'm never going to see it, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Because I saw that some of my other friends, I'm pretty sure Zonic and Geisley were also seeing it, and they both seem to be really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually let you talk about Slime before I talk about Konosuba.
Cool. Slime can go in top of beta.
Alright.
Slime it's really fun. I love the character interactions in Slime. A lot of the characters are very likable. And we do see some stuff happen. Just to let you know, we are only halfway through. It's a 24 episode season, so we're only halfway through. So like there's no conclusion really yet. But there's been like a couple fight scenes. But to be honest, nothing story related that's like particularly like really, really notable has happened. So it mainly just is very fun character interactions, and I do like seeing like the semi-political side towards it, because Rimuru is he leads his own country, and he has to do politics with like neighboring countries and stuff and shit like that. And honestly, I enjoy it. A lot of people dislike it because they want to see fight scenes because they're isekai watchers. Of course they are. But I honestly don't mind. I like them a lot. So I like this season so far. I don't think I'd put it above season 1. I'd put it about neck and neck with season 2. But yeah, it's fine. It's nothing like incredible, but it is fun. It's fun. But I'm mainly waiting for later episodes. I think more major stuff will happen throughout.
Because like Slime is what I heard is one of the good isekai, so I'm definitely gonna watch it.
It's actually it's one of the good isekai, but it's long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, part of the reason why I haven't gotten to it yet. But I mean, I'll eventually get to it.
Yeah.
And like 2028, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the season it'll be 72 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, Konosuba is one of my favorite series of all time. I fucking love Konosuba.
Fair enough.
It's some of the funniest... No, it's just straight up the funniest comedy I've ever seen in any anime. The jokes are like really, really stupid, absurd. Sometimes they cross certain boundaries, and I fucking love that kind of humor. It's fucking great. Most of the humor boils down to ha-ha funny sex, and that is my sense of humor, so... I mean, like, one of the character's main traits is that she's a fucking masochist, so...
Yeah! Darkness is kind of like that.
Yeah, and Darkness is such a fucking funny character, and this is the season where we get to explore more Darkness! So I was really happy about that, because the movie was Megumin's development, and Megumin is... Oh man, one of my favorite characters of all time. I fucking love Megumin, man. Such a good character. And then season 3 is really fun. The first half is just Kazuma being the absolute worst. He ends up being able to go into the castle of like one of Darkness's relatives. Her name is Iris. And now Kazuma is like, yes! Someone who can call me Oni-chan! That's like his goal for the first 6 episodes.
crazy.
I'm like, yes, this shit is so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. The moment where she finally calls him Onishan after like 5 episodes, he fucking raises his hands in the air and goes, yes! I'm like, holy shit! Holy fucking shit! This shit is fucking hilarious! This is so fucking good! This is so fucking funny! So like, the first half of season 3 is just more of the characters just being goofy and dumb, and the comedy being fucking on point as always. And then it's the second half that that gets into like the more emotional, development heavy stuff that we kind of saw more in the movie with Megumin, except this time it's darkness that they're focusing on. And it was really nice getting to see that moment where darkness can truly go, wow, I really love being a part of this group. After all the stuff that goes down there, I'm not gonna spoil any of it because you are eventually going to see it. I will hold you at gunpoint to eventually see it.
On you, I'm into that.
And then Aqua's never getting developed. But that's kind of the point with Aqua. Aqua is the worst, and she always will be the worst.
Oh god.
Yeah, so, I mean, just another season of absolute peak. It's unfortunate that we probably won't ever be getting season 4. I hope we do.
Damn!
I really want to get a season 4. It's probably not happening. Because I actually watched the season twice this season. I watched it once on my own. I watched it once subbed on my own, and then I watched the dub with my friends.
Oh, okay.
Because I was already watching the show with my friends. And I was like, oh yeah, season 3 is going to be airing soon. We gotta see this shit. So I had to wait for the dub to come out to show them it, because we watched it dubbed, because my friends are normies. One of my friends is actually fine watching subs with me. The other one prefers dubs, though, because he's more of a normie than the other one. Because me and one of my friends have been watching Suicide Squad Isekai together. We'll talk about that in the next seasonal video.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, there are very few anime here that I would watch twice. I would rather kill myself than see Blue Archive twice in the same season. Mushoku Tensei is kind of like the only maybe out of those, but for the fact that I was like so willing to just see one of the greatest stories unfold twice in the same season, I mean, it's gotta belong on God tier.
Fair enough.
So I think that's the finished tier list.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm not gonna lie, the season was kind of shit.
Yeah, the season sucked.
For me, Windbreaker was good. The rest were decent, but in general, this season was the most shit that we've had in a while, in my opinion. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not gonna. I think I'm trying to remember last season.
To be honest, we haven't had like a really good season in a while.
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
we're just becoming jaded.
I think we just had a streak of such good seasons that we kind of forget that this is kind of it. I mean, this is...
Yeah, because last season was fine.
It was fine. This one was just bad, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this one was bad. And it's like, I went into it thinking it would be good, because Konosuba and Mushoku Tensei, it's gotta be a good season.
Yeah.
So, but like, there were the 2 gems, and then everything else was mid. If we remove these from the tier list, our tier list looks like this.
Yeah.
It's the most negative tier list we've had so far, by a long shot.
I don't really have anything truly in S tier, like a full-on S tier. I don't have one this season. Normally, I always have an S tier.
Yeah, I didn't have a full-on S tier last season either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the one dick riding Classroom of the Elite season 3, and yet all the comments.
In hindsight, I'm not gonna lie, it's A tier. It's A tier. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's A tier
for that
too.
one. Yeah. But yeah, this season was kind of boring.
Yeah. Seasons like these that make me question, how much can I call myself an anime fan anymore? And then I remember, oh wait, I'm making a fucking video talking about the season. Of course I'm an anime fan.
Yeah, I mean, it don't take much to be an. I think you've just gone from being like an addict to a fan.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I mean, I'm still an addict. I'm making a video about the fucking shows we saw in the season.
But like, I can never right now. I could never compare myself to like me just starting to watch anime. I could never compare myself to that. I don't think I'll ever become as addicted as I used to be.
I won't either.
Because I mean, now I just can't binge watch shit anymore. Before I used to do it, no problem. Now, like after 1 or 2 episodes, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that.
Seasons like
I think
these...
it's the season. The season was do it for me. I can't watch more than a couple episodes in a sitting because I'm just used to it now because of all the seasons that I watch.
Yeah, like I'll and next season is pretty dry, thankfully, so I'm not gonna be seeing too much.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna finally stop watching the slop isekai, so I'm not actually gonna be watching a lot.
Yeah, as soon as you stop watching the sloppy
anymore.
isekai, that's when I'm gonna be like, on average, I'm gonna be watching more
Yeah.
this season than you.
Because it's just rotting my brain at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
I've been telling you this for like a year at this point, and you're finally
Yeah,
listening.
I mean, like now I'm actually done because before I was like, okay, I'll do it, it's fine. But now I'm actually just fucking done.
Actually, come to think of it, our first seasonal video was spring 2023, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's been a year. Holy shit.
Damn, it's been a year since we've been.
Hey, the year-long anniversary of us being the greatest gay couple of all time.
Of course.
We're gonna let the comment section decide whether that was a joke or not.
I don't think if they don't know whether it's a joke or not, then they're just not true fans.
Yeah. I don't think any true fans watch this channel.
No, I think the only way you can redeem yourself is by joining the Patreon.
Exactly. Give me money. My Patreon is almost surely going to be in the description of this video. The cheapest tier is $3.
I think
I wasn't even gonna bring up the Patreon, but I mean, fuck it, if I can advertise it, sure, why not?
Yeah. We'll give you free promo, free segue into the promo.
I love how just at this point we're dragging on the video. The people at the pitchforks
Yeah,
are just
I
like
don't know.
ready to
Why
stab me.
are we still here? We're done.
Yeah, actually, let me find like some fucking shitpost shit. Fuck it, this.
What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that?
Holy shit! I don't fucking know. It's probably like some fucking like shit for little kids.
What the fuck is that? That looks like some ass.
How the fuck guys not stop laughing? Should we have cheat skill in the thumbnail? This isn't even an image of cheat skill.
Cheat skill. Crazy.
Should I get like an actual image of cheat skill?
You want? It's your choice. Or we can just leave it. We can leave it.
I'm just gonna fucking leave it.
It'll get better click-through rate. It's fine.
Yeah.
People will click on it, wondering what the fuck it is.
All right, looks like we got the thumbnail. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. So, that was the video.
Cringy outro.
The greatest video ever made, clearly. As you can tell, we are very big anime fans. That is why we rated most of the anime as below average this time around.
Yep.
If you enjoy this video, thank you. You're probably a little bit crazy, but thank you.
Can't be stopping this. We have to do the cringy outro.
Yeah, we gotta do the cringe outro. Alright, gamers! Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna go fucking bust a nut, and I will see you guys fucking later. Fuck!